it, guys. You saw the title. Who has the best devil fruit awakening, right? Who uses it the best? Who has the best devil fruit awakening? Who, like, if you were that person, like basically me saying, right? If you're gonna choose any devil fruit right now that you could have used and it's awakened, what devil fruit would you use? And the people that I have on the thumbnail are Luffy, Kid, Law, Doflamingo, and Katakuri, right? Out of those five, who would you use? Who has the best awakened devil fruit? I mean, we could talk about Rob Lucci and we could talk about Kaku as well, who are also awakened devil fruit users, but yeah. Oh, I mean, Magellan is another devil fruit awakened user, but I don't want to really talk about Magellan like that. I'm just talking about the people that we actually like. When you think about awakened devil fruit users, those five right there: Kid, Law, Luffy, Doflamingo, and Katakuri, right? Okay, so now let's start with Doflamingo. Doflamingo, what's his devil fruit? The Ito no Mi, the string fruit. He has the ability to turn anything he touches into string, whether he touches the ground, whether he touches the buildings, whether he touches the air. I'm kidding about the air part, but he has the ability to touch anything, right, and turn it into string. What does he do with his awakened ability? So we have the first move called Break White. The first move, Break White, is when he traps you in this like sheets, like big gigantic sheets of string, and he wraps around it, and he wraps the opponent around it, and he crushes you. We think about something like that. I guess it's cool. I guess it's just like all he's doing is using thicker string now. So I'm guessing a lot of people are gonna be like, yeah, I wouldn't really be interested in Doflamingo's awakened ability as much, you know. And me personally, I'm one of those people. I wouldn't really be interested as much. We have stuff like Off-White, where he's like, he grabs it, he touches the ground, he's on his knees on the ground, and then these big 2 sheets of string just come in, just crisscross, and just blocks whatever attack the opponent. We saw when Luffy was using double Culverin or double King Kong guns. I forgot. No, not King Kong guns. Kong guns, right? And he was just using it for like, it's like a defensive slash offensive attack. But really, is it? Like I said, me personally, I don't really find Doflamingo's fruit that interesting. Maybe other people. We have other moves like Billow White, you know. He turns several buildings into strings. Like I said, he's just turning things into strings and just using it in a different way. But it's not really as interesting as you would think it would be. We have Ever White. Doflamingo kneels on the ground, and then it's just the tips of the sheets, like the tip of the strings, are literally black. Now they have like armament hockey upon them, and they're coming to just like crash upon Luffy. But it's not really as interesting. Like I said, we have Flap Thread. You know, when he condenses the amount of strings and countless points infused. Like I said, that's the same thing. I just basically said, just have a different name. And then we have probably his best awakened move, the 16 holy bullets, the God Thread, where he just covers every single gigantic sheet of strings, all those strings into armament hockey, and then all of them just come crashing down, piercing. They even pierced Gear 4th Luffy when he was trying to go against the King Kong gun, right? So that's Doflamingo's awakened ability, just grabbing the floor, touching it, turning everything into strings. Are you actually? I don't know. Like, let's be real. If you would you really pick Doflamingo's fruit as one of the best? Nah, let's be honest. The other people that I'm gonna talk about, we actually see what their devil fruit can actually do. What how diverse their awakening looks and how amazing it looks, right? So next person we're gonna talk about is Katakuri. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, with Katakuri's devil fruit, his has a little bit of diversity within it. He has the Mochi Mochi no Mi. And with the Mochi Mochi no Mi, the Mochi Mochi fruit, same thing. He has the ability to touch. It's the same thing as Doflamingo's, but not really. He has the ability to touch the floor and touch the walls, touch whatever, and turn it into Mochi. Now with that, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of cooler what he does, and it's kind of scarier with what he does. So he has this move called Nagari Mochi, called Flowing Mochi. When he touched the ground, the whole floor turns into Mochi. And what is Mochi? Very, very, and I mean very sticky. Mochi being sticky, when he did it to Luffy, Luffy was stuck on the ground. When Luffy jumped in the air, the Mochi literally went up and followed him and grabbed him, pulling him down to the ground. That's why I'm like, his Devil Fruit Awakening is kind of, it's kind of like, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of scary to fight against something like that, where something can just stick upon you and just grab you. You're going in the air, you think, yeah, he's just grabbing the ground. No, he's sucking you, like, pause. He's like grabbing he's grabbing you, putting you into the ground, and all the Mochi just devouring you, you know? And then, but Luffy was able to get out of it by eating it. Not everybody's like Luffy, I guess. I mean, you have someone like Kid that can just like eat as much as Luffy too, but in the weird body, like, you know, just deflate all the fat off of him. I mean, he could just do the same. I mean, if Kid was to get into that move, Kid could just do the same thing. No Kid bias, of course. I mean, we've literally seen him do it with Luffy and Udon, right? But yeah, Flowing Mochi is one of the scariest attacks, I'm not gonna lie. He did it against Luffy, and Luffy wasn't able to really do anything against it. He has another one called Kagami Mochi. You know, he transformed walls. He transforms the walls. Kagami Mochi means concentrated Mochi, basically, like condensing the Mochi or whatever. He literally turns the walls and everything. That's the move I think he used on Luffy, where he like touches the walls and everything, and he made it basically into like this ice cream sundae or whatever, and with a little cherry on top. When Luffy had to eat it so he could be able to get out of it, that's what he actually do. Well, that's what he actually did against Luffy, of course. With Katakuri's new attack, it's called Amadari Mochi, Raindrop Mochi, where he basically turns the walls around into tendril mochis, right? Where he just turned just like basically freaking Doflamingo's fruit. He's turning the spikes. He's turning the mochis into basically spikes, where you're coming down, raindrop just coming down to pierce your opponent. That's the same thing as Doflamingo's fruit, where you awaken, turning the buildings and the floor into walls, and all these sheet covered strings are coming down to pierce you. Same thing. I ain't gonna lie, not gonna lie, this is one of my favorite Katakuri attacks, the Muso Donuts. Where he basically, all these floating donuts are basically, all these floating donuts coming out of the donuts are basically compressed, condensed fists covered in armament hockey, ready to punch you. Bruh, that move is actually kind of cool. That move, that's why I'm like, his Devil Fruit Awakening is way better than freaking Dolphy's. And like, bruh, and with the Raindrop Mochi, like I said, he's copying Doflamingo's fruit. Like Katakuri's fruit better. Yeah, it's kind of better than Dolphy's, I'm not gonna lie, right? So I already got Katakuri's Devil Fruit above Doflamingo's Devil Fruit, right? So, but like I said, the Muso Donuts, the Unstoppable Donuts is actually kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. The way he just like, all these floating donuts with arms coming out of the donuts, covering armament hockey. He's really diverse in what he can do. That I ain't gonna lie, that's raw as heck. All right, guys. So far, based on what I told you, between Doflamingo and Katakuri, who do you guys got? Who you guys got for Devil Fruit Awakening? Who would you guys rather Devil Fruit? Would you rather Cat's Devil Fruit or would you rather Dofi's devil fruit? Which one? Which one would you rather? I personally would choose Katakuri over Doflamingo because, not gonna lie, Doflamingo's fruit is actually kind of cheeks when compared to Katakuri. Katakuri's devil fruit is actually, his awakening is really diverse and actually kind of cool and skilled on how he uses it, if you ask me. Not gonna lie. Let's talk about the GOAT right now. One of the GOATs, Trafalgar D. Waterlaw, and his devil fruit, the Opinomi, the Oppie fruit, right? The Opinomi, and its awakening technique. His awakening technique is Kroom, K-Room, but the anime just came out recently, and it's actually called Kroom. And with Kroom, he has the ability to condense his room and cover his sword. He can coat his sword with his room. And with doing that, he calls it anesthesia. With doing anesthesia, he's able, we saw this when he first displayed it against Big Mom. What he does is this. He stabs his opponent, but Law makes it completely clear. He makes it completely clear. Stabbing the opponent, it does no harm. It's the shockwave inside that's gonna harm you a lot, causing internal damage. Shock while, boom! And this a big freaking shockwave just goes out of control. And with doing that, the person receives internal damage, injuring the organs and everything, right? You wonder if that move is actually stronger than Gamma Knife? I wonder where people rank that. I wonder if Kroom and Gamma Knife are in the same level. I've always wondered that. I should make a video on that. I will make a video on that. But anyway, yeah, so basically Law has the ability to make a mini room, condensing it, anesthesia, coating his sword into with his room, stabbing the opponent. It causes no harm, but the effect is when he actually causes the shockwave that's inside of the opponent. Being inside of the opponent, boom, internal damage, and then it's all wraps, right? What else can he do with this move, right? With this move, he has another move called Puncture While, right? And with Puncture While, it's kind of crazy, I'm not gonna lie. So basically, what he does is he stabs his opponent. he did this against Big Mom. I was shocked he was able to do this. That was crazy. I'm not, but man, that was freaking crazy. So what Law basically is doing here is he dropped a gigantic building on Big Mom. Dropping the building on Big Mom, he came out of nowhere and just boom, boom. He stabs Big Mom, and then he's increasing the length. If you notice, right, coating his sword in Kroom allows him to enlarge his sword and also shrink his sword, just like what? His regular room. So basically all the effects of his regular room is what he can do with his mini room when he coats his sword within it. When he creates a large room regularly, what does he do? It becomes this insane domain of his, right? But when he coats it in his sword, he can enlarge, he can increase or decrease the length or size of his sword anytime, any place, anywhere, whenever he wants. So what he does is basically stabbing Big Mom, increasing the size of the room, going all the way down, touching the ground. He said, no, it's not over yet. Reaching the bottom of the freaking sea. And then Puncture While, boom! Destroys the freaking, making this huge crater as if like a meteor or a meteorite created it. Or whatever, right? I'm not gonna lie, this is one of the strongest attacks in the series. Argue with someone else. Like, this is one of the strongest attacks in the freaking series, right? And It's crazy. And we have another attack called Re-Room, or Ru-Room, or R-Room, but I call it Re-Room, right? It's another variation of Room. He can create, it's basically, dude, Law is really freaking good with his Devil Fruit now. His awakened Devil Fruit is really freaking OP, bro. When you think about how crazy his awakening is, I ain't gonna lie, it's actually kind of raw. So what he can do with this room is, he doesn't have to be inside the room now that he can awaken. Remember when he had to be inside the room in order to attack you? No, he doesn't have to do that at all. Crazy, right? So he can create this room without him being inside of it. And what he can do is take away all sounds. And it's inspired by Corazon, right? You know, his mentor, his loved one. Not his loved one as it is in they're related, but Corazon really cared about and took care of Law. When he was sick, no one else took care of Law like Corazon did. So he can create this room where it's like he doesn't have to be inside of it, which is really versatile, you know, like it's kind of crazy, and he can silence it, right? And if you look at what he does with Blackbeard's fight too, when he fought Blackbeard, what he did was he created a room where Blackbeard was gonna do a Grash. And when Blackbeard was gonna do Grash, what did he do? He created a room where Blackbeard was trapped inside the room. And he took away all the silence, making the Grash not destroy the island they were on. But I'm like, hey, yo, Law, what you doing here, boy? Like, yo, that was freaking fire. I'm like, okay, Law, okay. And then while Blackbeard was all the way in the air, he increased the sword. He increased the length of his sword, but he didn't use puncture while. He increased the length of his sword so he can be able to reach Blackbeard whilst he's up there. And that was actually pretty kind of fast. And then what did he do? Shock wow, boom, and then Blackbeard was like, what the frick? I didn't know he could do that. Like, I'm like, whoa. And guess what? Law wasn't losing any stamina or anything. He wasn't tired. It's like, whoa, Law, you were really training. Like, you know, it's it's up now. So I'm just saying, man. So far, I'm not gonna lie, man. Law is probably the best awakened user. The way he looks, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I ain't gonna lie, man. Everyone knows my name of this channel. Everyone knows the name of this channel. And what is the name of this channel? Eustace Zay. So now we're gonna talk about my favorite character in the series, Eustace Captain Kidd, and his awakened ability. What is Kidd's Devil Fruit? The Jiki no Mi, the Magnet Fruit. He has the ability to manipulate the electromagnetic fields. He has the ability to manipulate anything that has a magnetic property. That's steel or whatever, metal, anything, right? So, what is Kidd's awakened ability? Kidd has the ability to touch anything, or no, not touch anything. He has the ability to turn anything into a magnet, right? We don't know how long it lasts. We don't know how short it lasts. Because when Law asked him, hey, how long does that power last for? Kidd said, why should I tell you all my secrets? But I'm not gonna lie, like Kidd or not, bro, this move is extremely dangerous. And I don't care if you're a top tier, you're a low tier, you're a mid tier. If you get hit with this attack, I'm not gonna say you're gonna die, because people don't die in One Piece or whatever, and some people have some way, shape, or form they're gonna survive anything, right? But I'll just say this right now: if you get hit with this attack, it's doing dumb, major, superb damage. Not gonna lie, recent chapters, we got Kid versus Shanks. It wasn't even a fight because Shanks one-shot him. I really thought, I'm not gonna say I thought Kid was gonna always be a challenge for Shanks or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I really thought, because how Law versus Blackbeard went, Law looked good against Blackbeard. I thought Kid was gonna, you know, look good against Shanks too. We probably get to see more of what Kid's, I didn't say his awakened devil fruit thing yet. I thought we were gonna see more of what Kid was gonna be able to do in Wano. I mean, against Shanks. We were gonna see more of his awakened devil fruit abilities, see more things he can do, what other things what type of mobility and more things he'd be able to versatility with his devil fruit awakening, you know. But we didn't get that. Really disappointed, you know. It really sucked, you know, because he's my favorite character and he has to go through this like another character development arc and whatnot. But it is what it is, man. Nothing you can really do about it. It's his story, right? But let's talk about his devil fruit awakening again. He has this ability called Assign, and with Assign, he's able to turn you into a magnet. Kid assigns a magnetic polarity. He can turn you into a super magnet. We see this first move, his first attack, when he did it against Big Mom. This attack is called Punk Clash. So after Law hit Big Mom with his Kroom, what Kid did was Assign. Boom. The sign, he turned Big Mom into a super magnet. It attracted every single metal you can think of. All the metal, all the grunts that are on the live floor, all of their weapons were pursuing Big Mom. Big Mom was attracting all the weapons. Big Mom's weapon, Napoleon, was stuck upon Big Mom's head as well, right? So all the metal and what Kid did too, I didn't realize it, but the anime made it clear that Kid can increase the magnetism upon Big Mom to even attract more metal. Because Big Mom said, what the heck? I got turned into a magnet? Kid was like, whoa, that ain't it. And then Kid increases the magnetism, where like the steel beams, these gigantic steel beams that were on the towers were being attracted on Big Mom. And Big Mom looked at it like, what the frick? And then all these big steel beams, metal everywhere on the live floor being attracted, and they came upon Big Mom and Punk Crash. Boom. All of them just got crashing upon Big Mom. And then even when she's already assigned upon the metal is still pressing against her body, crushing her, causing severe, immense damage upon her. That move is probably one of my favorite Kid moves and favorite Kid abilities. Punk Crash and Assign is one of the most coolest freaking Kid abilities Oda has shown, right? I know Kid has a lot of moves, but my gosh, I love Assign so much. And that's why I'm saying I'm really disappointed. I really thought Kid was gonna fight Shanks and use Assign, and Shanks was gonna be like, what the frick, this move? Crazy, right? So let's talk about his other. He only has two techniques with Assign. The first one is turning Big Mom into a super magnet, and then the other one is this, where he creates two opposite polarities, S and N. So Big Mom cut Punk Cornadillo. After cutting Punk Cornadillo, what Kid did was lunge towards Big Mom. He's like, Assign, S on Big Mom's forehead, and behind Big Mom, the wall behind Big Mom, and Big Mom having S on her forehead. Her forehead was literally pulled back because it was getting attracted by the opposite magnet polarity N. and then Big Mom got stuck upon the wall, and Big Mom literally, bro, Kid literally cancels mobility, or I should say the mobility in a sign is crazy. When he uses a sign, you can't do anything. You can't move, you can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing you can do. S, N, and then how versatile S and N is. When he puts S on her forehead and N in the back of on the wall in the back of Big Mom, she's literally being attracted and she can't move. She's stuck. She's stuck all the way. Her being stuck all the way causes the punk cornadillo that she cut in half come toward her, because the S and the S that's on the forehead is literally attracting the punk cornadillo. If Kid fought like that more often, I'm not gonna lie, Kid is really dangerous if he could fight like that more often. Because even Kid proved that he doesn't even have to be really close to you in order to use S or N. Or even a sign in general. So with the punk cornadillo being attracted towards her, she was literally about to get her skull bashed in. Until she had to, like, you know, she's like, oh my gosh, I can't move, get out of the way, get out of the way. That's when she had to, like, literally break. She had to use all of her strength to break, to get off, to break the tower in half so she can be able to turn around and block the cornadillo, because she didn't want to hit that attack again, right? So, yeah, if, like I said, I'm not gonna lie, a sign is really cool. I guess, and I think that's the first time ever, I think that's the first awakened devil fruit ever that you get to be turned into what the devil fruit can do. Until we saw what Mugiwara no Luffy was able to do to Kaido when he awakened with his Gomu Gomu no Mi, actual name Hito Hito no Mi model Nika, right? And what Luffy has the ability to do is turn, no, not even turn anything. I should say Luffy has the ability to be free. Yes, Luffy is free. He is free. Luffy is free. He has the ability to turn anything he touches, anything he looks at, not looks at, but he's just able to do it whatever the frick he wants, dude. Like, he can turn Kaido into a jump rope. He can turn into a giant. He can create this island size punch. He can grab the ground and make it bounce attacks. What the frick, Luffy? Like, he has the ability to, like, run on air now. I'm thinking about, he's free now. Like, he's free. He can do whatever the frick he wants, whenever he wants, however he likes. He's free. That ability is goofy, and it is goofy, I must admit, but the move is kind of crazy. He's able to go in Kaido's mouth and bounce around. He can be able to, like, shoot his hands out of Kaido's eyes. Basically, this is the Looney Tunes, man. It's like, his devil fruit is like Looney Tunes. If he was in Tom and Jerry, Looney Tunes, and whatever, like, that's what it is. A lot of people are underwhelmed. Me talking about it, before I was underwhelmed, but now that I'm making the video and I'm talking about it, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not as underwhelmed as I am, because it's kind of crazy fruit. What he can do with it, like, dude, he literally can grab his hair and make sunglasses. Like, what the frick? Luffy never had the ability to do something like that before, but now he does. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, that's it for this video is 30 minutes long, man. It's like Tekken, right? Me rambling going on. But with that being said, guys, whose devil fruit would you rather? Luffy, Kid, Law, Katakuri, or Doflamingo? I'ma rank these fruits, and what I like more, then I'ma rank them in strength. What I like more is Kid, not Kid bias, but literally a sign. Like I said, I like a sign. I'm not gonna lie, I'm crazy for that move. I like Assign, Krum, Luffy's Fruit, Katakuri, then Doflamingos. Now let's talk about in strength. Luffy, Law, Kid, Katakuri, and Doflamingo. That's it right there. And yeah, this is like 32 minutes now. Yeah, this was a long video, guys. I'm not gonna lie, and I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. It's your boy Yusuze, and I'm out, man.